Hello, so this is a game on 3 handicap where black won by a pretty large margin. Well, it happens. Let's see what went wrong. Very good to start with a 3-4, a Komoku instead of Hoshi because the Josekis can be more complicated. So black attacks right away. Now in this case, white can already react in the low right corner. For example, a pincer like entry can often give you an advantage in handicap game. So there are several Josekis to consider here. Playing like this, white gets to develop on both sides, so it's a fast opening. Also on the attach, white can think about cutting. Then we have this follow-up. The sequence is pretty much forced, so white gets to uh, build a corner and some influence towards the left side, but black can extend on the right. So black has a moyo here, white has some potential towards the left, but it's a basic Joseki. Anyway, for white it's more interesting to play Josekis of this kind, where there are two groups on each side. White has a light formation, so and black just got to settle the group towards the center, but not so much territory. So these kind of Josekis are good. Anyway, Tenuki is also an option. So black is trying to grab the corner. Now, black intention with this p18 move is to block this way and protect the corner at maximum, and then white extends for a base. But white can play a counter, a double Kakari, another approach from this side, because in this case, black usually plays the kick to keep the corner safe, and then goes out between the groups. And like this, white has a pretty nice formation on the right side, and you can consider the top exchange as being a Kikashi, so white doesn't lose anything in that area. And that stone, the markstone, can be even sacrificed. Playing away, it's an option too. This kick is questionable. Should go up. Usually on this kind of tsuke extent, black needs to protect the corner, high or low, and then white extends for a base. In this case high, because already there is a low stone, so like this, white can hope for a moyo in the top already. Playing like this, the double approach seems a little bit desperate, and black can immediately go for the tiger mouth to punish the top stone. Now the original Kakari became very thin, and also white is separated, so it's not comfortable anymore. So black just plays his favorite corner enclosure move. White plays away. That's fine. Trying to speed up a little bit. And in this case, should double approach. The thing is, if black defends here, calm, white can go back to make a nice extension on the left side. So black is taking white's point. In fact, black played the low Kakari. Therefore, white should take black's move. And there are all kind of Josekis when the double Kakari is played. The most simple one is black goes out, white enters Sansan, and now black has to block one side or the other, or sometimes don't block neither. But in this case, black has the extension at c10, so he will block the left side and then jump out to go for moyo. Sometimes Q players, they go right away for the capture on the left side, but this tends to be small because white gets all the 4C moves on the outside and later on just hunt and connect. So in the end, black invests too many stones here to capture one, and that's too much effort for just one stone and a little bit of surrounding territory. In the meantime, white got a lot on the outside, so that's why it's better for black to finish the Joseki with a jump. And even if white can move out here later on, this is more fighting spirit from black side. Anyway, playing the extension at c12 seems too narrow and not so important to defend that stone. So I should be in attacking mode, double approach. Now the other options for black are to attach here and again develop the left side, but white got the corner in center, so now white can play away. Going up in the top is good to prevent that tiger mount and then extend for a base. If black fixed the corner on the bottom, white can now think about going out on the left side. Also here there is some magic with the attach and cut. There are all kind of moves. This is painful either way. White can consider to make his shape safe in the top left. So playing the one space jump right away, it's a bit soft. So black jumps out. Black could also pincer. Even if it feels a bit over concentrated, now c6 it's under more pressure, so if white goes in the corner, black gets a strong position on the outside. Then he can tiger mount in the top, so both the top stones and the stones on the left side are weak and in trouble. Anyway, jumping probably has the same kind of plan. Yeah, finally the good shape by black. This is not a bad move. Extending light in the top. To take one stone, maybe it's a bit soft. Black should consider the kick, then go out and jump again. Try to surround the group. Sorry, I meant this. So back to the original game. H17. Now white blocks here. It's still more interesting to play from the right side because it's more open. If black pushes under, white can jump and it's a flexible shape. And it's better to block instead of playing p17 directly o18. Then when black goes out, white can nobby or even jump, because now there is always already the extension in the middle of the side, and then black needs another move to protect his corner, and like this white is center, so white can play away. After the push, usually white should turn, but now black doesn't necessarily need to connect that stone. Black can just extend on the side, because capturing the stone here is got for white also. But anyway, it's good to turn, because if you don't turn right away, black will push immediately. So after the jump, black can push, and then the O and P17 stones, they feel a little bit floating. So normally white is supposed to nobby. And instead of allowing that kind of sente, it's better to turn, and that's it. Okay. Now the hane, very good. When black plays this move for the snapback, black should actually play the nobby first, because before white defends, white can atari and then protect. So it's good timing to play one atari, because after white connects, black can't cut here anymore. This will end up in a net. Like this, white is still kinda baseless. Instead of blocking like this, white can go solid, so when black tries to connect under, it doesn't work. But this way, black can hane and it's connected. Later on in the game, white played the hane, but black can just cut. We will get there. Now, instead of playing Keima, white should still think about some more complicated josekis. For example, if the high and far pincer and black goes Ogema, this kind of follow-up can happen. And then white develops the right side. Black got a very big territory in the actual game on the right side, and in this case black just settles the corner. Now black can pincer, but white can also double approach and start another joseki here. So then white gets the territory on the bottom area, but black it's pretty thick on the outside. It's still a difficult game for white, because the handicap stones, they keep their advantage so far. But playing like this is too gentle. Well, black should attach, pull back, and extend for a base. In this case, it's fine to extend further. Most of the time tight at m3, but now black has a stone at d4, so he can go all the way. This q12 seems a little bit slow, but of course it will increase the top right area, not too much though. So now white can either pincer again or play entry. The top group is strong enough, so no need to jump right now. Also on the right side is big to play r10, because from r10, if black doesn't protect, let's say black goes back here and protects the bottom, now white can slide and reduce that right side. So if r10 is played and black protects, it's already a good exchange. Then pincer the p4 lonely stone and then go out and extend again towards the corner. So this would be light development for white. The jump is less important because anyway the wall was quite strong, and center it's never as big as it looks. This is a bit soft. Black can extend all the way to r8. Now with this move black is trying to cut at r5, so white might answer and jump between the groups. And in this case, black can attach once to see how white reacts and then go for a base. If white takes a stone, black can just ignore, play away again, or block, and if white captures, defend the left side. So this is a bit small. White got to pincer, that's good. This kick it's a bit questionable. Normally black should just go out because that's the move white wants to surround. If white plays here, it's an ideal formation. So when black plays the kick, white can still think about surrounding here. If black cuts, white cuts. If black plays the solid connection, white extends. Now black has to struggle to live in the corner. Not easy. And if black plays this Atari, white can fight. Of course, it's also possible to Atari and Atari again and connect to build a corner. But black is pretty big on the outside. Anyway, compared to the game, building a 20 points corner, it's really big for white. Nobi up, it's not so bad either. But this move is questionable. Should Hane and then Nobi, threatening to cut, which forces black into an empty triangle, and then extend for a base. The corner is already fine, and black is still pretty much on the run. So black has to fly out into the center, and white keeps grabbing territory. So here, oh, black went down. That's a bit too much. Tuck, 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 tuck. There are all these cutting points, so the fight is not so easy for black either. Huh. Well, black will survive, but quite an expensive life because white got a lot of thickness on the outside and black is more in the corner. But going down like this leaves more cutting points. So instead of peeping, white should cut right away. And now black needs Atari, then connect, then Atari once, Hane, trying to reduce the liberties and make some I shape, then hanging connection or descent. Now if white goes down, black has to connect against the cut, then white has to capture the stone on the side, black will turn and come back to make life. This sequence is all forced and black leaves very small. White is quite happy with the thickness on the outside. And if white doesn't play moves like s6, so first go down, then black protects. White needs this move or Atari here. Both are fine, because if white tries to kill, for example play like this, or vital point inside, black will go down first, then Atari, then extend on the side. And now it's a bit risky, because the group in the corner can die as well. Tuck, tuck, tuck. If vital point, Hane. If Atari, take away liberty. If Atari again, black connects. If white takes here, black captures faster. So for white it's good enough just to surround everything, but should cut. Cut where you can cut. The peep at the cutting point, it's a bit, in this case doesn't look good. Even if black connects and he makes an empty triangle here, it's not so easy to cut after that. And white plays away. When white plays away here, black can just push once to stay connected in center, then come out, and then continue on the right side. Take some thickness, then block this way, and now target the 3 heavy stones. So black played his favorite move again. Sun invasion is an option, even though slide is good enough, because when black protects the corner, it's already a painful shape. Once we have this exchange, actually we should mark this, I don't know, 1, 2 or AB. This feels good for white because white is on the third line, black is on the second line, so black is pushed down. And the shape is too narrow. Sun works, but why shouldn't push d3? Hane right away is better, because if black separates here with Hane, white can play the 2-2 point, and now the idea is to create Mei between pushing e3 or cutting c5. So when black plays Atari and connects on the left, white can push, then capture the bottom stone. So this is a good way to punish e2. Then if black protects e3 or d3, white cuts the other stone. Black of course can Atari, but once white cuts the b5 stone, then white's corner is safe, and black's group on the outside is still on the run. So black needs some pincer and try to surround or connect under to stay alive, which is again over concentrated. And if you look at this e2, seems like a wasted stone, doesn't have to be there on the second line. So white's idea to play Sun was good, but the follow-up not so great. Just Hane. Because normally when you play a move like this, you want to cut, but the cut doesn't work because black can Hane and capture the 2 stones. So yeah, white still needs this Hane. But in this case, black can cover, then white has to play the double, the hanging connection to stay connected, and then black can start the counter attack. So this exchange seems positive for black in this case. Now white became neutral with d3. Oh, but this way black took the small profit in the corner, and now it got cut. This is good for white. And white should immediately play an Atari from the outside. This exchange, it's pretty good because black otherwise will push in center and then cap the 2 stones on the left. Now if white managed to capture the 2 mark stones on a large scale, this will be quite an impressive territory on the left side, comparable with what black got in the top. So if just white is doing a fine job in the lower right corner and the bottom, then the game is pretty even. The cut is good, but the cut can happen after Atari. The follow-up not so great. Instead of taking 1 stone, white should cover here, because black doesn't have too many liberties on the bottom, so black still needs Atari and cut the corner, capture right away, and then play 1 more move to secure the group. If here black is brave and plays away, white can Atari, then connect. And now black has only 1 eye, so he needs to run out like this. It's quite painful to crawl on the second line for survival. But now it's very easy to fix the group this way. And here white can take right away. Black still needs to come back and protect. But in fact it's okay to connect, because if black goes out, white can net. So it's alright. Even though, well, losing the 2 stones in the corner on a large scale is not so great though. So peep and no cap. So first you need Atari. The peep was okay to make the 3 stones heavy and then cap them, because if he wants to go out in this direction, it's already difficult. So once you have the Atari on the board, the F5, black can hit into the wall. Not great. Then this, it's a bit desperate by black. It didn't need. Why should block first? Black has to come back and protect the 3 stones. Then of course connecting here it's Gote right now. So Atari and surround everything on a large scale. Now the 3 stones die pretty big. It's a good moral victory even if black doesn't win the game. Sorry, white. Hane here is better. Because it creates some shortage of liberties. Then Atari go out. Then if push again, block. And now there's a problem at g5, so black has to protect this cutting point. Like this, black can still try moving out between the groups. And in this case, Han again, and just Nobi. Because if black cuts, white can Atari first and then extend to the right. And black will still die on the left side. No way to make twice. So then we have this move and connect. Well, white still captured the left, but on a smaller scale. It's still good to block here once. Otherwise, black can descend in center. Black should go down here to prevent the Hane, and then white has to answer all these moves. So in the end, capturing these thrones are quite small. I mean, black sacrificed them on a smaller scale. This jump is not so big. So first things first, Hane here, then block the right side, so white can jump all the way to S10. If black jumps in the middle like this, white will slide, and anyway, white can push and cut. So black has to pay attention how he wants to enter the middle. Maybe like this, but it's still big for white to extend on the bottom. Well, probably still black has the first chance to win this game, but not very large. White can block this way, because if black pushes and cuts, Atari will get him. It's a Dametsumari here. Or shortage of liberties. So if black push, white blocks, black needs to connect, white connects, white is connected and fine. Like this, black can push and connect under, so black will just make more points. So here, when white play the Hane, that's an overplay. Black can cut first, it's Atari, white connects, and then black connects too. And there's nothing in the top to be worried about. There is no way to live inside. So black would just make more points. Now here it's better to play Hane under and connect in center than play away. And still Hane. Well, it's coming in a moment. This move in the top is threatening double Atari. But yeah, the Hane on the left side is bigger. And now black doesn't have to answer there. Double Atari and capture one stone in center. Then let's see. Some other big points. Push, push again, Atari, and cover like this. If double Atari in the middle, black can give up one stone, it's not so big. So this was slack. The push is good. Push again, fine. And not a bad idea though. Hard to make too many points in this area. So this way, yeah, maybe white is hoping for a move like this and then block the bottom. So black's counter is pretty good. But now black can play a bamboo connection and then protect. Because after the bamboo, if white goes up, black will cut and white just gets captured faster. Small profit here for white. That's the wrong Atari, because black can push through and give up one stone to damage more in the center. So just block with a Kosumi. Then when black pushes, white blocks. Or another way to block would be solid like this, and then again, and black comes back to prevent the Atari. Here it's good to play solid though, no cut Anyway, black is not going to push again, because when Atari here, black needs to come back and white takes the stone. So later in the game, white will block here and then even capture one stone. Playing the hanging connection just leaves some. Oh, white has to connect and black has to come back and connect here. So like this, the game will be closer. Now here, black can even honey this way and then connect under and no bit to destroy more points. Because on this honey, if white turns, black has the Atari, white captures, connect, cut, extend, and black saves everything. Yeah, well, at this stage, white should actually resign. That was a pretty big blunder. Here it was to play Atari. Black needs to connect and leave the position like this. Because if cut, you take. If Atari, oops, like this, take again. So black has to come back. There is no way for black to destroy more points. And now it's done. Black is very conservative, playing inside his territory to make sure there is no magic. That move is no need. Because if black comes out later, white will just attack and is done. Also, this is no need. Sorry. The N8 move. So once again, take another point here. Even if black cuts and cuts again, white can take. There is really no issue here. Nothing can happen inside. This is even Gote. Yeah, that's Gote too. And especially when you're behind by a lot, you don't want to add more moves inside. You better read it out and decide whether you need another move or not. So the left side was like 20 plus points down. Yeah, this game could have been closer and probably better for white if the lower right corner would have been white, not black. This territory became too large for black somehow, taking all the side. So you better go for sides and corners first and then focus in a big center. It's not easy to surround enough in the middle. Enjoy the review.